Alright, time for Rini Ramble number 2, and I'm going to touch on a controversial issue. Yes. One thing that bothers me, don't get me wrong, I love living in America, just like any other American. We're fucking awesome, and we are not afraid to tell other people that. But one of the things that bothers me most about this nation is we're the home of the free and the brave and all that other stuff, and all men are created equal. Bullshit. I call bullshit on you, America, because if that were true, why can't gay people get married? Yes, I have brought up gay marriage. I would like the rights to actually marry someone. If I happen to fall in love with a woman, I would like to actually exercise the right to, I don't know, marry her? Yeah, so you would think that would happen, but no, America is really slow on that. You'd think of all the nations in the world, we would have gotten there, like, a little bit sooner. Well, no, they're still fighting about it, because people think it's a Christian nation. No. It was founded by a bunch of people who may have been Christian, and not all of them were. They were Unitarian Universalists, all a muck up in there, and you know, there were several other people who weren't Christian or whatever eventually, and it doesn't matter. Like, we have the separation of church and state. Why is nobody else following this? And the worst argument about that is, once you take away the argument, it's against the Bible. Because, newsflash, not all of us are Christians. Did you know? Did you know that not all of America is Christian? I didn't either. Isn't that crazy? And I'm a pagan, so who knew? Yes. So, I mean, that bothers me because, first of all, half the Christians I know can't quote the Bible as well as I can. And like I said, I'm a pagan. I wasn't joking. I really am a pagan. But, all joking aside, they only use the, you know, the Bible for the things that they want to prevent, but they're okay with doing the other stuff as long as it's not interfering with what they want to do. And I'm so tired of these preacher people being like, oh, well, you know, the devil is inside you. My friend actually sent me a video of a preacher that was like that, and he said, you know, everybody come up. I can't remember who it was, but the kids actually went up there? I mean, really? I would just be like, I'm leaving, peace. I'm gonna find somebody who actually is gonna accept me for who I am, and because, you know, science proved that this existed, and science also proves that it exists in the animal kingdom, so guess what? It's, I don't know, normal! Guess what? It's normal. Get over it, okay? I'm sorry if I just blew your mind, but, yeah, they're here. The gays, yep, and they're gonna stay there, and we would like to have the same rights as everybody else. It's not really that hard. I'm not really into labels. Labels are for soup cans. I actually dated a girl for 2 years, and we were engaged. I mean, you know, but I had boyfriends too, so I mean, I'm not really, I don't fall in love with the gender, I fall in love with someone's personality and their soul and everything, because I'm a sap like that. But, I don't really see why are we preventing people from getting married? What could possibly be problematic about this? I don't see any reason to prevent two people who love each other to make an eternal bond, to love each other for the rest of their lives, and be able to benefit financially and with health care and with the rights to visit their loved one if they're in the hospital. That's stuff that only this piece of paper grants you. Isn't that ridiculous? I mean, I don't really see why that needs to be, you know, one of the things that makes us, you know, oh, well, since you're technically not married, you can't go in and see your dying partner who you've been with for 50 years, sorry. You can't do that, that's messed up. And, you know, all of these kids who are in orphanages, who want to get adopted. You know how hard it is for a gay couple to get adopted? Single women can actually get an adoption easier than a gay couple. Look, I don't care what the gender of the parents are. If that kid is in a loving home where the parents actually want them, where's the problem there? No. Gays aren't going to convert you. That doesn't work. It's not religion. You can't just be like, I'm gonna convince you to be gay now. No. That's not how that works. So I don't like that argument either. If you take away the religious aspect of it, I actually had this conversation with someone once. If you take away, oh, it's against the Bible, I'm like, then what argument do you really have? And then somebody was like, well, you can argue that the American family dynamic will be threatened. And I thought, okay, so what is the American family dynamic now anyway? Because, I mean, in the 50s, it was like, oh, look, you have a husband and a golden retriever and 2.5 children and a white picket fence. Oh, yay for you. Are you barefoot and pregnant in the kitchen? Yeah, that's where you should be. No, that doesn't work anymore because there are single parents. There are now gay parents who, can't get married. There are people, there are so many people. There are single fathers, single mothers. There's no family dynamic anymore. There are people who have 25 children, those extreme Christian people that are on TV all the time nowadays. Or, like, that show with the Mormons, I don't remember what it's called, Sister Wives. They've got a ton of kids too, but he has like 5 wives. And you know what, honestly, I don't care that he, does that, because I know it's part of his religion, and that's fine. There's no reason to really, I mean, unless the kids are in trouble or his wives are in danger, I really don't see any reason to really prevent them from doing that. Just because something is different doesn't mean we have to completely, say, well, you can't do this because that's not how we do things here. Hi America. You know how many European countries now have the entire country legalized marriage and they have all the same benefits? Yeah, more than more than a few, and I will tell you one thing, I mean, certain European countries that are, considered Christian or Catholic or whatever, God-based, some of them have the entire country, they have the entire country be, they legalized gay marriage there too. So, what's the problem? I don't see the problem. Explain, America. Do it. I dare you. Yeah, so I don't really see the point. So, honestly, legalize gay marriage. What is it gonna do? Is it gonna really do anything to anyone besides benefit the gay couples who are suffering from not having that law now? I want to know what it would really, be so troubling about. I know there are people who are like, it's against my religion. Then don't have one. If you're married to a woman and you're a man, whoop-de-doodle fucking dandy for you, okay? I don't care that you're married. Good for you. Glad you found someone. But you know what? Leave the gays alone. They're not doing anything to you. And I know that some people are like, I don't care what they do as long as they do it behind closed doors. They're not doing anything by getting married except expressing their love, and it's not the same as making out on a park bench or anything in front of your children, so I don't really see why you're complaining. And like I said before, don't say, oh well, the Bible says it's wrong. Not all of us follow the Bible. Not all of us are Christian. There are plenty of people in America who are Jewish, or Muslim, or Rastafarian, or any of, the above various religions you can be. And, I mean, like I said, I'm a pagan, and that's becoming much more prominent nowadays. It's coming back, making a comeback, after thousands of years for some reason. And they're Wiccans, and they're Satanists. Satanists are a little different. I might go on a rant on that later. I'm not talking about the Satanists who are insane. I'm talking about the real ones. But I digress. They just should, honestly, all I say is there's no reason to not legalize it. And as Proposition 8, the musical, if you haven't seen it, go see it. It's online. I will give you a link. Proposition 8, the musical, says at the end, gay marriage will save our economy. And you know what? If that's true, fuck yeah, do it! Pass the fucking bill. And, I mean, I live in Delaware, so one of the things is, we just passed a bill a little while ago, you know, I think it was for civil unions, which is a step in the right direction, but people are mixed about that, because I know there are some in the gay community who are like, all or nothing, and some are like, well, it's a step towards progress, which is nice, but we still want full marriage rights, which I totally agree with. Full marriage rights should happen, and I do think that it will, but good lord, stop dragging your feet. Get on this shit. Like, there's no reason to not do it, and, I mean, you can only picket and protest so much before you get fed up. I mean, God forbid if a, bunch of people started going, okay, well, let's blow some shit up and maybe we'll pay attention. I know that won't happen, but, I mean, that's what I'm saying, like, just, really? Why are we still fighting for our rights in 2011? It's a little late in time for this, isn't it? I don't really see why, we all shouldn't be able to... I'm just gonna fucking move to Europe.